Hey YouTubers, it's been quite some time and it's later on in the evening and I was debating whether or not I was even going to make this video. But tomorrow's a big day, folks. Tomorrow's a really big day in the state of New Jersey. Tomorrow's the 2021 primary election and almost all of the offices aren't being challenged. They're uncontested. The majority of the um, offices on the ballot, but the biggest office that's being challenged is the Republican primary for governor of New Jersey. And this is a four-way primary, and the leading establishment choice for the Republican nomination for governor is former state assemblyman and career politician Jack Ciattarelli. Followed behind him is Hirsch Singh, who's an engineer from Atlanta County, and he totes himself as a pro-Trumper. How much you can actually believe that label um, has yet to be seen. He's diverged with a lot of the agenda points and the talking points that the former Trump administration made. With that being said, you have two other candidates, Levine and Rizzo. I'm not paying any attention to Levine and Rizzo because, as far as I'm concerned, their only main purpose is to siphon votes from Ciattarelli, from Jack Ciattarelli in the Republican stronghold counties, predominantly Somerset, Sussex, and Morris County. But I support Hirsch Singh, and here's why. We saw 8 years of Christie. Before that, what? 4 years of Corzine. And now we're almost through 4 years of Murphy. Now, to give the governor the benefit of the doubt, okay, he had to govern during an extremely difficult time, a pandemic. But what I do think is that if we allowed Jack to succeed, Phil Murphy, not much is going to change, folks. Okay. You're changing administrations in name only. All right. Jack has pledged to reduce the deficit. Yet he hasn't proffered a plan that doesn't require legislative support. And he also hasn't told us how he's going to get not just a Democratic controlled legislature, but a union controlled legislature, a legislature that is beholden to and at the behest of the public workers unions to side with him. He's not going to do that. And when you can't get the legislature on your side, you force them on your side. You don't give them any options. You don't give them any recourse. And that's what Chris Christie did extremely successfully. Now, Hirsch Singh, people are going to sit out there. People are going to say, okay, this guy is 38 years old. He's an engineer, blah, 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 blah. That's not the way that I see it, okay? I've heard this guy talk enough, and I've heard enough about his principles and a lot of what he wants to get done. And the only thing that I will tell you, and the only thing that I'm sure of, is that 4 years of Hirsch Singh would not be the same as 4 years of Phil Murphy. But I'm positive that 4 years of Jack would be almost identical as 4 years of Phil Murphy. And the sad thing is, folks, and I want to end in the next minute, minute and a half, is that we've already seen what happens when we elect governors that don't even know what the job is. Okay. We saw it with, I guess, Corzine, first and foremost. He was never in the legislature. Um, and now we're seeing it again with Phil Murphy. These guys came out of Wall Street and they didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to New Jersey issues or how our system works in this state. And it's certainly becoming very noticeable that that's the case. Now, I have something in my chat box I want to address. So now Thomas Chart is talking about the school refunding formula. Okay. There are 3 issues in, or 4 issues in this campaign. Okay. And they're all, loosely speaking, they're all really interrelated into one big issue. School funding, public employee retirement, development, forced development, vis-a-vis COA, and last but not least, affordable housing vis-a-vis COA. So that's actually one and the same. And part of the reason is, folks, is that we are being strong-armed by the teachers union, by the police union, the fire union, and other public workers unions to lesser degrees, to steer the state in a direction. That's going to mean that we don't have a strong middle class. You're going to have the rich, you're going to have the poor. And any society that has an absence of a middle class fails. Okay? I don't support Jack Ciattarelli tomorrow. I urge you, I implore you to cast your vote for Hirsch Singh.